So thank you very much, Emily. We are honored to have you as part of the Ridgewood Guild International Film Festival, and good luck with your film. I hope it wins, and I get to see an award in your hand. I'm going to ask a series of general questions, essentially trying to understand and learn who really is Emily, right? So, can you tell me something about your early life? Where did you grow up? What did you like in high school? What made you go to the college you're in? And why did you get into filmmaking?
Hi, thank you for having me, first off. So I grew up in Westchester County, New York, and I have a pretty big family, a family of six. I have three other sisters, and a twin sister, which was a big part of how I grew up. I love her, we're best friends, and we hadn't spent 24 hours apart before college, which was definitely a change. But yeah, I had a pretty big family and I always knew I wanted to go into filmmaking, so Ithaca was definitely a top contender. But when I was like considering schools, I had like my big pros and cons list. And Ithaca College's Los Angeles program pretty much was the reason I went there, which gives students the opportunity to go. It's studying away, not abroad, because it's still obviously
Right,
in
of
the US.
course.
And I did that last semester actually, and you get to go to Los Angeles and have an internship for college credit while also taking classes. And it's an amazing experience to like expose you to the industry while you're still in college. So you can see if you like it for people like myself who want to move out there eventually. So yeah, that's what drew me to Ithaca, and I love it, and I'm very, very happy that I made this decision upon graduating. So
Very nice. Thank you. So my next question is, as I was reading your profile, you mentioned something about working as a master control operator. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is and what did you enjoy doing that job?
yes, I actually just came from work, so I was just there. I've been doing master control since freshman year, so I'm very sad to leave it. I do love it, but basically, it's we have an Ithaca College television station, which has been a big part of my Ithaca career, like what I've done here. And so, master control operator, we have a cable channel basically, which I know no one watches cable anymore, but we love it. And we air our shows live. So, everything that we film at Ithaca College in our studios by our students, his crew, and our cast. And I'll air all of our blocks of our shows as well as promos and PSAs, which are like our commercial breaks basically. And I also get to do live shows. So I get to have my little headset on and communicate with the live show directors back and forth. Um, and I mean, I've met so many of my really close friends there for starters, but also it was really intimidating going into it because you get there and there's like a million buttons and you're like, oh my God, I can't, like, this is so out of my league. But now having done it for 4 years, I really gained so much confidence in myself and my technical skills. And it gives you the ability to troubleshoot like in live time because you're on air. So you need to like solve issues like that if they're happening and make sure everything's working well. So I love being on my feet. I love troubleshooting, the adrenaline that comes with it, everything. It's
Nice,
been
nice. Well, I'm happy you found something that you enjoy while in college. Not a lot of people don't get to do that, so
yeah.
that's great. So you took an advanced directing class. Can you tell me a project that you did for the class?
Yeah. So I took advanced directing last year with one of my favorite professors, and one of the projects that I love the most was that we ran a casting call the entire class. And the basis of this class was to teach us how to be good directors, but also how to direct someone else's work. Because in the industry, that's so important to be able to make someone else's vision into your own and come to life. So we each had our own scripts from films that have already been made. I did broadcast news. And they had professional actors come in, which was our first experience working with people outside of Ithaca. And they came in and it was a cold call audition. So we gave them our sides. We each gave them an adjustment and saw like how that changed their performance. And that day I will remember forever. It was so amazing. I remember calling my mom after and being like, "Oh my God, that this is what I love. This is what I want to do." Like just like that one note really changed, the scene. And yeah, that was definitely my best experience in that class. But
Good. Thanks. Thanks for sharing that. So my next question is more of a hypothetical question, right? If you could have a well-known current actor or actress to work in one of your films, who would it be and why?
okay, that is a tricky one. There are so many good ones. Um, I would have to say definitely as of recent, Emily Blunt because well, one, I love her and her work, and I think she's really talented. But specifically, I saw um, Fall Guy like recently, but also Oppenheimer. And when I was in LA, I got the chance to be in the live studio audience for Jimmy Kimmel. And it was the day that the whole cast of Oppenheimer came in. So Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr. It was a big day. I was like so starstruck. But so I got to see her like in uh during the interview. And so I got to see like more of the actor behind the characters that she plays. And I loved her and I really enjoyed watching that. So it would be really amazing to work with her or
Nice. So
congratulations.
thank you. So my next question is maybe a segue from this one. What is your favorite film and why?
Okay. So my favorite film is The Proposal. It is with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. It is a romantic comedy. It has been my favorite film for like forever. And my whole family knows this. It's like Um, but basically it's outwardly it just seems like another rom-com. It's a genre film, obviously, but I love like how it touches on, even though it's about just two coworkers, it's a haters to lovers trope, all of those classics. But it's also about, being able to let your guard down and, being able to trust another person and be yourself with someone, kind of just like as my film be able to be vulnerable with them so that you can be yourself with them instead of just putting on an act for outwardly for people to see you as. Um, and yeah, I think they're so talented. All of their cast is talented, and I really enjoy that film.
Good, thank you. Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about your film. Uh, why did you name the movie The Martini Shot?
Okay, so I love, oh my God, I love our title so much. So if you don't know, the martini shot is a film term, and technically it means the last shot of the movie is called the martini shot.
Oh, okay.
And we did like a little play on it because how I see it, how my producer sees it is it was just a play on obviously they're making a movie within our movie. And then they have this act, my two main characters have this act that they're putting on, that they're dating, their fake relationship. And the kind of play is like trying to figure out when their martini shot is. When does their act end and the real feelings start within the film? So that I loved playing with during our
It
film.
was an interesting switch when I saw, right, like, that, they eventually fall in love with each
Yeah.
other, while faking it, right? So
Mhm.
so one of the quotes that you mentioned is to be yourself in the world that's consistently trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Why is it hard, in your opinion, to fight the public expectations and not worry about the way we perceived?
Oh, that's a big question. Um, well, I think there's a lot of pressure, especially for girls, especially for people in the industry who have eyes on them all the time. But whether you're in the public's eye, whether you're a celebrity or whether you're just an average person, you always feel the need to be someone that you can be proud of, someone that people are stereotyped a lot and you want to, satisfy other people's expectations of you. And, when you're growing up, especially, and it's really hard to know who you are and to be confident in who you are and be vulnerable with that. And you just want to be that perfect version of yourself, but no one is perfect. And it's hard to, be vulnerable and show people who you really are because they have to see the bad along with the good. And Yeah, so we all put on a little bit of an act, but the more confident
Absolutely.
we get, the easier it is to be ourselves.
Yep, yep, absolutely. So that brings me to the last question. How critical of a role does media play in managing an actor's career in real life?
Very big role. A very big role, especially now, that social media is becoming like more and more relevant, especially with celebrities. It is such a big factor in PR and it's one of those things where, you have to get on board or else you fall behind because whether you're advertising, whatever, like you need to be a part of the media, but also not let the media control you in certain regards because I mean, I'm not a professional, I'm not a celebrity, I know that. But it's, the struggle with everyone has certain expectations of you and everyone thinks that they feel like they're a part of your life and they think that that means that they're able to like know every bit about your life, whether it's true or not. And the media isn't always true, which is like it's so easy to see something and be like, "Oh, this person's going through this." Maybe they're not. Maybe someone just thought this would be a really interesting story. So, it's about not letting it change you, but letting it push you to be a better version of yourself and hopefully create a fan base that loves you for who you are.
Absolutely, great answer. And I sincerely hope that you become a celebrity one day so that I can boast that, hey, when she was in college, I got to interview her and I have that tape.
I hope,
And hopefully I'll get an autograph from you. So,
of course, of course.
but, well, thank you very much. And we're looking forward to have you next week. I'm going to stop the recording.